Hey guys, what is going on? Today I'm making this video on this Audi S4 because I really need your guys' help, and I've named this video appropriately Help Sam Crack. Why did I name it Help Sam Crack? Well, if you don't know, Sam Crack is a fellow YouTuber who makes videos on salvage cars from websites like IAA and Copart, which is kind of what this video is about because I'm interested in buying this Audi S4. But I don't really know a lot about buying salvage cars, much less buying Audis. So I wanted to get help from you guys, my viewers. So let's just jump into this car. As you can see from here, it looks like it's suffered some minor front end damage, as it tells us the primary damage is front end, secondary damage, minor dents and scratches. Not a huge deal to me. If you've watched Sam Crack's video, you know it's very important to make sure that the seller is the insurance company and not someone else buying it to doctor it up a little bit and then just quick flip, and underneath it's going to be a piece of crap. So as you can see from here, the front bumper could be reusable. We'll go to the second picture here. You can see it's kind of scraped up here. And why I talk about reusing the bumper, we'll talk about that a little bit later. You can tell it's definitely going to need a headlight here, fender. You can't really tell if anything else is damaged under here. You can kind of see that this looks like it's kind of pushed down a little bit. I wasn't able to figure out where this actually is on the diagram. And I believe this should be the intercooler, the one side of the intercooler, which seems to look fine. Let's try to compare it to the other side. Can't really see it. Looks like the intercooler cover here is kind of pushed down a little bit. You can see it has the bumper mount on the side. Obviously it doesn't have fender on the side, so it's not going to have that. Don't really know if the fender and the headlight comes with the car, but moving on, going around to the back. Back looks in pretty good condition. Don't see anything wrong with it back here. The other side looks good all down the side there. The interior looks pretty clean for its age. Don't see any cracked leather. The airbag did not deploy, which is good. I'm pretty sure that's the keys on there. Let's go to the back. The back looks just as good as the front. Looks fairly clean. And go to the engine bay. This is the 2.7 liter bi-turbo. Can't really see along here, see if anything's wrong. Just kind of annoying, but what can you do? 125,000 miles on it. It's not bad at all, actually. As you can see, the trunk looks in very good condition. This can't really read anything but the VIN. I think that's just what that's for. Estimated retail value 8,000. I'd say that's fairly accurate. Most of the time they kind of inflate it and say it's worth more than what it is, but I would say that's pretty accurate. Let's see, station wagon silver. The only bad thing is I don't like about it is that it isn't automatic, although it would be very rare for it to be a wagon and a 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive. I think that's about all the information on here. Currently, I am the highest bidder at $1,000, just because I thought $1,000 is a pretty safe bet if it does need a lot of work, so I'm not losing a bunch of money. Although if I did win this car, I would probably keep it as my daily driver. I just don't want to have $10,000 in the car and it be a money bucket. And first of all, let's talk about some pros of the car. So I was doing a little bit of research with the VIN, and I came across the My Carfax, and this car has excellent records of maintenance. As you can see here, tons and tons of maintenance records, which is great. Always like to see that. As you can see here, going through all these. The one thing I am worried about is if it has had its timing belt replaced, the whole timing belt kit, because that is a very expensive job on these cars, because you have to put the car in what's called service mode, And basically you have to take the two headlights out and front bumper and kind of pull the core support forward a little bit so you can replace all that. And typically it's about a $2,000 to $3,000 job to have that done. You're supposed to replace that at 75,000 miles and going to about 75,000 here. You can see it says 60,000 mile service performed at Harmony Motors. I'm hoping that they did the timing belt at this time. I'm going to try to contact this Harmony Motors and see if I can get, if they will release to me some service history that isn't on here. But at around 75,000, you can see it says North Carolina service. Okay, that's not important. Around here it just says vehicle serviced, and also says service was performed, vehicle serviced. I'm hoping this is also possibly the timing belt being replaced. As I said, I'm going to try to contact them and see if they will let me know about that. But as you can see, this has a very nice extensive service history, which is good on any car, especially on a turboed car, to see all those oil changes done and vehicle history. Moving on, let's see what else. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I did Google the VIN, and I ended up finding the car on a different website, which is also the same kind of thing where you're bidding on the car. You're still bidding on it from Copart, just on like a different platform. And I found on here, as you can see, I'm still the highest bidder. But anyway, this actually has a repair estimate, which Copart does not have a repair estimate for the car. And the repair estimate is $6,002, which it does not look like that bad looking at the pictures. But I will tell you why I personally think that that estimate is so high. One, parts on Audis are very expensive in the first place, and two, it's an S4, so it's not like a typical A4, so parts are a little bit more than the standard A4. The good thing being, I can get a fender from an A4 used and save a bunch of money there, but I will show you why I think they totaled it out. First thing, oh, this is just the fender. You can see the fender, that's for an A4 fender, is the same, so it's only about $310. That's not too bad. But the front bumper for this S4 is close to $1,000. And then you have these three grills at the bottom that you would also have to replace, 9, 10, and 11. If you go down here, 9 is about $100. 10 is not even on here. And then 11 is about $100. So that's about $1,200 just right there. And then you have this 8-piece, which is like the air dam underneath, and that is another $150. So you're about $1,300 right there, not even including paint and labor to put that on. And then you have these little posts. I'm pretty sure the passenger side should be fine, but the driver's side, that's $170. So then close to about $1,400, and that's just the bumper. And then once you include paint and all that, you're looking probably about $1,800 just right there. And then moving on to the headlight, you cannot even get the driver's side headlight with the HID for this year. You would have to get a used one or an aftermarket one. But if you could get the driver's side, the passenger side is about $700. So already you're sitting at about, what, $2,500? Maybe a little bit less. And then you have the fender, which is about $300. And then you have this little piece, which I did not see. That piece, it's only about $35 for the driver's side, not too bad. Then you would have to replace the splash guard, because I did not see the splash guard in any of the pictures. That's about $100. And then you have this fender molding piece here. It's about $50. And then like miscellaneous hardware and you have this piece, which is about $100. So as you can see, parts start to add up real quick on this car. You probably have about $600 in the fender and all the supporting accessories. Have about $1,500 in the front end, about $700 on a headlight if you're getting all these parts from Audi. And then, what other components? And then there's also the unknown, which you don't know what else could possibly be wrong. That could add up real quick. That's why I think the repair estimate's so high. I think that if you could source junkyard or used aftermarket parts, I think you could get that price down a lot. Just something that the insurance company isn't going to do, because when they're fixing it, they want to fix it right, and that's quite expensive. Another good thing about this car, it does run and drive. It doesn't really help getting it home because it's illegal to drive a salvage car. What else? That's about all I have on this Audi S4. Leave me a comment below if you think I should invest in this car, and if you do, tell me what the maximum you would pay for it is. I don't really know what it's worth, so if you could just let me know in the comments down below, I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.